Hi everyone, I'm so excited to share this video with you today. I am using a couple of new products from Spellbinders. I have the new Wonder of Oz collection, and it contains this beautiful Better Press sentiment set that has coordinating dies that will cut all of them out. You can see how cute they are, and I'm just keeping them in a container on my desk. There is also this Wonder of Oz frame and tag set. That's the one you can see here on screen, and I'm using my Better Press, and I am using it. So beautiful. And then we have the other one, the Dorothy and the Witches. So cute. And that is that look. And the last one is the Thin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. And you can see I stamped all of them except the Scarecrow. I was supposed to stamp him as well, but I haven't had time to do it at this point in the video. So I started out with just using these images, and you can see that I stamped the images here with some alcohol-friendly ink, and that worked fine. The ink that Spellbinders has, that is a very nice and crisp black ink to go with this, is friendly with watercolors, so you can definitely use that medium, but I find that I don't get a good result with alcohol markers, so I just wanted to point that out. So here I'm coloring. I will not share all of the coloring, but I will share a little bit more. I will also share how I color the witch in, and you can see that I purposely chose different colors for the different characters. So we have one pink, one teal, and one green, and I think that is really sweet. My first thought was to have them all on the same project, but you will see later on that I will actually change my mind. Now I'm switching gears a little bit, because now I will leave my coloring and my stamped images, and now I will focus on creating a background. And this is sort of a night time scene, because in this set there is also the wonderful silhouette shape. I will share it here in a second. So you can see I have pink, orange, and blue, and that will be my night sky, and I'm just blending them with my blending tools, and I wanted it to be quite saturated. So here is that die that creates the silhouette of all of the friends, and I decided to stack them together, 2 pieces, just to make this a little bit more sturdy. And also I will not take the time to fiddle around with a lot of foam, but you know, I love dimension, so this is another way to get a lot of dimension by just stacking your cardstock. And the lion will not be able to fit on top of my scene here, so I will actually do some creative cutting and just cut around the circle, and here it is. I did some dry embossing with the frame and tag plate on top of some gray cardstock. I hope you can see it here. I also will be cutting away a little bit of my card base here. So there we go, we have our card base ready, and you can see the impression. It's really pretty, but I decided to cover the tag part of it off with my circle. And then we have a sentiment, and when I was done with the card, I thought it looked a little bit too plain, so I decided to go ahead and use some sparkling pen on top of all of my characters. So this would really give them a lot of shimmer and sparkle. I could have used glitter cardstock, but that is more glittery than this is. So I'm happy that I went with this more of shimmery, soft look than the intensity of a glitter cardstock. But I just wanted to point that out. You can definitely go that way if you like. So you can see how much it shimmers, and I will also go in with a white gel pen just to create some highlights on top of my characters. So that is really nice. I'm soon done with all of them. really cute. And that finished off our first project. For our second project, I created a background using the beautiful Feel and Poppies 3D embossing folder. I did some ink blending on top of it, and then I used a silver marker just to do the center parts of my flowers. So that is another way you can use and get some more life out of your embossing folders. I will also cut this at an angle. You will see that this will help me with the sentiment and the placement of my characters. And I have also a strip of silver mirror cardstock, and I will line that underneath my panel just to have it peek through, so that this is just making a line where the cardstock is and where everything should go. So I think that is nice. And then we have this in the background, and we will have some foam, of course. No, we didn't use foam for this. I will use foam for my characters. So we will have the witch and the witches, I should say. Or I don't know. I have seen the movie, but it was quite a long time since I saw this video. And we will have some more silver dots to her dress, just to make it a little bit more cohesive with the background. So there is also 3 dies that comes with the Field and Poppies 3D embossing folder, and you can see how cute they cut out these, hope the camera is focusing, these beautiful flowers. So you get 3 of them, and I will use them on the next project here. I will actually go ahead and ink blend them. So I use some low-tack adhesive just to keep them in place when I run it through my machine. So here I have some pink and some orange from Hero Arts. And you can see I'm not covering the entire flower. I'm having some harder parts and some more soft parts to the flower. And in the frames and tag plate there is also dies, and one of them is sort of looking like a leaf. So I decided that this was going to be a leaf, and I cut it out of green cardstock, and then I covered some parts with ink just to get that dramatic effect. So you can see how that looks. And now I'm bringing out 2 other products. These were sent to me, and they are the descriptions Spellbinders is having. So this is the foil for the month, and also the 3D embossing folder. So good. I really love the kits. I actually wish I could get all of them. They are really, really nice. So go check them out if you haven't seen them. But this is a sneak peek, or whatever we're gonna call it, of the November hot foil and 3D set of the month. So that is really nice. And you can see the flowers, how pretty they look together with the greeneries. And I will take my time here just to arrange everything. So I will move them around until I'm happy with the placement. I wanted some leaves to cover some parts of the flower, and I wanted my sentiment to be in the focal point in the middle. So I made sure that I loved every placement of every element before I was done. So the next card, I used that same leaf part, but now I cut it out of some gold. So this is the better press plate that these dies comes from, and this was such an easy card. It came together like in no time. I think I run my dies through my machine 4 times, so I had 4 leaves of everyone, and then I could have it behind my sentiment that is also a die, so I could cut this out separately and raise it up and have this gold frame of the leaves. I think that is super pretty. And there was also these swirly bits and pieces that I will have on top of my tag. And I love the message, there is no place like home, and I couldn't agree more. I love my home. It's my best place to be. I love to be home. So there we go, we have our next card finished. Such an easy one and such a good one. For, I think this is the last card for today, I will take an embossed piece with the same field of poppies on grey cardstock, and then take a darker grey ink and just run over the backside of this. And you can see how beautiful that turned out. This is actually the front side, if you like, that I am covering with adhesive, and we can have our pretty inked backside to the front. Hope that makes sense. And I left a little white border just to tie everything together. So for this one, I have Dorothy, and I also have the lion, and good friends are the best travel companies, and I have a vellum circle in the back, and she is sort of pointing towards the sentiment, so I think that is super sweet. And you can see that 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders monthly subscription, and I just embellish it with some gems in the background. So here you go, you can see how all of my 5 cards with this wonderful collection turned out. There is so much more you can do with these, and I'm just starting off by creating these cards. I hope to be back, maybe share some more in the future. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I will leave you with some close-ups, and if you're interested in seeing some more inspiration with these products, I will have links down below for all of the products that I use in this video. Thank you so much, and I see you soon. Bye!